everyone, hope you're well. Missing you so much, both Aqua and Reception Ocean class. Now, today we are going to be reading a book called Man on the Moon, and this book is all about space. So, have any of you talked about space before? Or got in a rocket and gone to the moon and ate some cheese? You'll have to let me know. So, this book is called Man on the Moon, A Day in the Life of Bob. Now, can anybody tell me what they think Bob is, or where he is, or what's he dressed as? I think he's dressed as a firefighter, and he's going to go and call down a fire on the moon. What do you think? It's a bit silly. I think he's an astronaut, so let's have a look. This is Bob. Perhaps you've heard people talk of him. You may know him better as the man on the moon. Wow, look at that. And there he is. Bob, the man on the moon with his rocket. How cool is that? This is where Bob lives. Every morning he rises at 6 o'clock. He has a cup of tea and 2 eggs for breakfast. I do like eggs. Don't like tea. Before leaving for the rocket launch pad, on the way he stops to buy a newspaper and some chocolate toffees. He's on his way to work. On the moon. Oh my goodness, look at that massive long cycle up to work. By 8 o'clock, Bob arrives at the launch pad, changes into his special Man on the Moon suit and boards his fantastic rocket ship. He must make sure he leaves by 9:15, otherwise he won't make it to the moon by 9. On the way, he reads the newspaper and does the crossword. Wow, look at that. Do you reckon a rocket goes really fast or really slow? Bob starts work. His job as the man on the moon is very important. He has to keep the moon clean and tidy. Quite often, astronauts drop sweet packets and cans. That's not very good, is it? Some people say that aliens are responsible for much of the rubbish, but Bob knows that's not true. There's no such things as aliens. There's no such things as aliens, are there, guys? Can you have a look? I don't see any. Maybe Bob hasn't seen them yet. I wonder if they're kind. Oh my goodness me! Look at that! Oh my goodness, what planet do you think they're from? By 12:30 it's time to eat. Bob goes to his rocket ship to fetch his lunchbox. The usual contains 2 sandwiches, either cheese or peanut butter, an apple and some chocolate covered nuts. Oh, it's making me hungry, guys. Sometimes he meets his friends for a picnic. His 2 best friends are Billy, the man on Mars, and Sam, the man on Saturn. They talk about the stars and tell jokes. So, Saturn and Mars are 2 other planets in our solar system, and our solar system has lots of different planets. Maybe you and your mummies or daddies or your parents can have a look on Google or on YouTube or in any books and see what other planets there are. After lunch, tourist spaceships start arriving from Earth. It is part of Bob's job to entertain them and give them something to photograph. What do you think he's doing? Oh my goodness me. So, he does somersaults, handstands and especially high moon jumps. Sometimes he performs for as long as 2 hours and is left quite out of puff. He must be knackered. Occasionally, the tourist spaceships will land on the moon. When they do, Bob gives them a guide tour and a speech. He tells them lots of facts, such as how many craters on the moon has, or how long it takes to walk around on stilts. Sometimes people ask him about aliens. Bob explains patiently, there aren't such things as aliens. Afterwards, Bob opens a small souvenir stand. So here's his souvenir stand. So souvenirs is where you can buy things to remember places, like postcard, pencils, mugs, and small plastic moon models. Oh my goodness, what do you see, guys? By 4:30, all visitors must leave the moon. Bob looks around to see that everyone has left. He checks inside any big craters in case anyone has fallen in. But there's never anyone there. I don't think Bob's looking very well. The working day is nearly over. It's time to check everything is in order before leaving for the night. Bob packs away his equipment and any unsold souvenirs into his rocket. He switches on the moon's nightlight before jetting off towards Earth. By this time, he is very tired. But he still has to keep his wits about him flying the rocket. Wow, look at that. Doesn't that look really busy? But if you look carefully, these people don't look like normal humans. As he reaches Earth, it's about 5 o'clock. The rush hour is in a full swing with everyone, leaving work and going home, just like Bob. At home, Bob is just like anyone else. First, he has a long bath. Moon work can make you very grubby, and sometimes the dust can get inside your suit. Ooh. Then he goes to bed with a mug of cocoa. He sleeps soundly bathed in moonbeams, very happy to be the man on the moon. And aliens? Well, Bob would know if there were any. Do you think there's any aliens? Why do you think Bob hasn't seen any? Wouldn't he? And that's the end of our story. So, you can have a look and tell me if you know any different planets. And also, would you go to the moon? If you could be an astronaut and getting in a rocket, what would you do? I hope to see you all soon for another story, and we're missing you loads, and I can't wait to read you another one. Bye!